meeting?
Yeah. And this is a question I often get to, should administrators be facilitating the collaborative team meetings? And my response always is yes, administrators need to be in collaborative team meetings. Now, I recognize that there's going to be situations where there's a large school, a principal per se cannot get into every one of their team conversations. I mean, I think about a school like Lindsay Thurber in Red Deer, where I think they had 16 teams established. Well, that's a pretty sizable group that we can book. But in that situation, we have multiple administrators. So let's divide and conquer. Let's move into different spaces. I found that as an administrator, and I still find leaders remarking that what you learn in a collaborative team meeting is just so, so powerful. Not only learning about the students and families that are being discussed, but learning so much about our teachers and the teaching practice and the understanding and the nuances of relationships between teams, and recognizing that, okay, we're going to need some professional learning in this area because our toolboxes are a little bit aren't as fully formed in this particular area, or to deal with this particular issue. It's where you get a pulse for what is happening, and a huge place where you can be practicing and enabling instructional leadership for us. So I would say, yes, administrators need to be in collaborative team meetings. Absolutely. Now, and I don't mean just sitting in the back taking notes. I found the power was when you're right there rolling up sleeves and offering, what if, here's an idea, or, Glenn, in your classroom, why don't you share the one thing that I've seen you do? I've been in there a number of times and you're really good at this strategy. It became a place where I could also celebrate and reinforce what people were doing, could make connections, could be someone's voice who may not say it themselves, to be able to say, Deb, I know that when it comes to this key issue, you have some really great strategies around this. Can you explain what that looks like for us? And I also could ask questions that sometimes people had difficulty asking a colleague, to be able to say, can you explain that a little further? What do you mean by that? Or I need you to go just a little bit deeper in your thinking around that, to be able to share for us. Now, I often get asked, should administrators be facilitating the team meetings? And in my mind, yeah, it's a great practice to at least start the facilitation. You're modeling what it is that you're expecting for us. But that's just critically important for us. And in time, giving away that facilitation, someone else can facilitate. It doesn't always have to be the administrator, but I think starting off modeling it from an administrator sends a really powerful message.
This question is brought to you by WeCollab. Designed by educators for educators, this comprehensive digital system aligns with the foundational components of collaborative response. Moving from conversation to action, WeCollab empowers classrooms, schools, and systems to provide the very best response for each and every child by informing action-based decision-making with data and evidence supporting student success.